Hello, Algebra 1 students. We are going to look at inequalities today. We spent a lot of time talking about equations the past week, and now we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about solving inequalities. The nice thing about solving inequalities is it's very similar to solving an equation. There's only going to be one difference that we have to be careful of. Okay, so first thing we have here is list three numbers that are solutions to the inequality that x is less than 4. So we can think of any three numbers that you can think of that are smaller than 4. So we can use something like 0, 1, and 2. Or you could use -1, and the list could go on and on and on and on and on. There's actually an infinite number of possible things that are less than 4. So what we do in this situation, because we don't have just one answer, like when we do with equations, like it's not just x equals 4. There's going to be a whole range of possibilities. So what we're going to do is we're going to graph our answers so that we can show all of the possible solutions. So to graph this, all the numbers that are less than 4 start here at 4, and we're going to use an open dot, and we'll talk about why that is in a second. And all the numbers that are less than 4 lie to the left. So now let's look what kind of dot we use. So we use an open dot when we have less than or greater than. And the reason that is because in both these cases, the endpoint is not a solution. For less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, we are going to use a closed dot because now our end is a solution. So if you have the or equal to, and that's what that line underneath means. It means or equal to. It's a closed dot. If you don't have the or equal to, it's going to be an open dot. So for x is greater than 2. So the first thing we know is because it just says greater than, it is going to be an open dot. So we're going to find 2 on our number line, and we're going to put an open dot above 2. The numbers that are greater than 2 means that it is bigger, and on a number line, all of the things that are bigger end up being to the right. So we're going to draw a line to the right and put an arrow at the end. So negative 1.5 is less than x. So what we want to do here is most of the time when we do this, our x is always on the left-hand side. So to make things easier, we're going to flip this around. So it's going to be x, and our sign is still going to face the x, and then we're going to have negative 1.5x. I call this taking the selfie, because when you take a selfie on your phone, everything is backwards. Your left ear is your right ear is your left ear. The same thing here is we can flip this around by taking the selfie, and now since our x is on the left-hand side, our arrow is just going to go whatever way that the inequality sign points. So we're going to go to negative 1.5, which is halfway between negative 2 and negative 1, and put an open dot, and it's greater than. So we're going to draw a line to the right, because those are the numbers that are bigger than negative 1.5. Okay, x is at most 4. So that at most can be a little tricky here. So at most means that 4 is going to be our maximum value. So 4 is the highest that it can be. So in this case, at most means less than or equal to, because this is the top. Okay, so we're going to now, since it has the or equal to spot, we're going to put a closed dot, and we're going to draw our arrow to the left, because those are numbers that are smaller than 4. So now when we solve equations, or solve inequalities, it's going to be just like solving equations. So our whole hopes is we want to get y by itself, and we're going to do the exact same steps. We're going to start off by adding 8 to both sides because we want to get y by itself. So 5y is less than 20. And we keep the inequality sign the same. Now we're going to divide by 5. So our final answer is y is less than 4. So now in addition to writing y is less than 4, we're going to put an open dot over 4, and we're going to draw our answer to the left.